Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Kuwait pilot stream. It is 2100 hours local time, 1800 Zulu. Our flight today is from the hometown of Kuwait Pilot. We are flying today from the state of Kuwait to Kuwait International Airport in Shiraz in the Islamic Republic of Iran. We are flying aboard the Toliss A340-600 in the older Kuwait Airways liveries, and this specific livery is reserved for the government. So today it is going to be an official government flight from Kuwait to Shiraz. I want to welcome all of you guys to this live stream, starting with you, my dear friend Boeing Corp Mark from Logan, New Jersey, USA. Welcome. We have also with us my very dear friend Stan. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. We have Ryan Melson, V-Skycheck. Welcome. Rand Cooley. Hello, guys. How are you doing today? James and Carl Childers. Welcome aboard, my friend. How are you all doing? I definitely miss you guys. And it looks like there is a lot of interest in the Toliss A340. 1.6K votes came in with a majority asking for the Toliss. No wonder. It is a beautifully modeled aircraft with in-depth system simulation and a job very well done by Toliss by account of real-world pilots. This aircraft, the fly-by-wire implemented on the Toliss, is as real as it gets. So today we're going to be flying into the mountainous terrain of Shiraz as we arrive. I do like the Toliss lineup of aircraft. I like all their aircraft, but this one has a bit of resemblance to the A380. The wing curvature there, especially from the back, looks kind of like the A380. Very, very nice looking aircraft. So very quickly here, let me brief you on our plan today. I'm not sure why the weather information is not coming on Navigraph today. I'm getting all zeros for everything. But anyway, we are going to be departing Kuwait runway 33 left. Now, the actual runway assignment today is 33 right based on the weather. It's been foggy and it's been rainy during the weekend in Kuwait. But I just decided to use 33 left because of a scenery issue. Now, since the change of the ICO code of Kuwait to Oscar Kilo Kilo Kilo, the scenery does not work. So I've downloaded a scenery file that corrects this, but it has a lot of issues in terms of the taxiways. Shouldn't be a problem though. Shouldn't affect our flight. So we are departing runway 33 left through the Alva 4 Foxtrot departure through the Alvax transition. We're going to be climbing to a final cruise altitude today of 35,000 feet, arriving into Shahid Kuwait International in Shiraz, Iran. Runway 29er right through the Ivor 1 Tango through the Ivera transition. Our approximate flight time today is about 1 hour. So that is the flight brief, and we can hop into the cockpit now, and let's welcome MC Crewfish. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here. Captain USA, welcome aboard. We have also Sam Ali. Thank you very much for being here, my friend. And Sergio, welcome, Sergio. Glad to have you here with us. We're using all default scenery for Kuwait. I'm using a file that changes the ICO code to Oscar Kilo Kilo Kilo. So let's hop into the beautiful Toliss cockpit, and we're going to start up here by doing our checks. We're going to make sure that the engine start switch is in the normal position. All engine switches are in the off position. The flaps are up and the speed brake is disarmed. We're going to move up here to the overhead panel, and we're going to ensure that the wipers are in the off position on both sides and that we have more than 25 volts for the battery. We're going to go ahead and turn on battery 1, battery 2, APU battery, and we're going to turn on the external power. Excellent. Next, we're going to come here to the cruise supply, And ground control is on. We're going to move over to the overhead panel and test the APU. APU fire test is complete. We're going to come to the ADDONS and set the ADDONS to nav mode, IR1, 2, and 3. Perfect. Moving down here, we're going to set the strobe to auto, and we're going to turn on the nav lights. We'll leave the seatbelt sign for now. We're going to turn on the non-smoking sign, and we're going to arm the emergency light. Moving up here, we're going to turn on the fuel pumps and the transfer pumps. All the pumps, basically. Moving up here, we're going to perform the engine fire test. Checks OK. And moving down here, and we're going to again go from bottom to top. The wiper is off. We don't need to do anything here. We can test the cargo fire test, which seems to be not modeled. And the cargo air conditioning, we can leave everything here in auto. And everything here looks good. And the engineer panel has no whites, so we are good to start programming the MCDU. But first, we are going to move down here, and we're going to make sure all the switches here are on the normal position. And we can also come down here, check the radios. I'm just going to switch to this frequency so that we're not bothered with the radio at this point. And everything here on the first officer side looks good to me as well. We're going to put the transponder on standby, and we'll put this on auto. We'll leave this on standby here. And the cockpit door is locked. And we are now ready to start programming the MCDU. Perfect. Let's zoom in here, and we're going to use the SimBrief integration. My coffee. Hello, my friend. Explain. That is right. Well, right then, let's see the other sim with Kuwait pilot. Should be fun. All right. I'll brief you guys also on what we're going to be doing in the few days to come. There are a few exciting add-ons for Microsoft Flight Sim that I'd like to showcase on the channel. So, diff strip, first on the dir here. No, that's not what we wanted to do. Let's go back. So, diff strip. So, let's go back to the MCD menu. Here, let's go to return FM1. All right, let's go to init, page init. And we can just request the flight plan. So we're just going to say initialize request, and it will get us all the information from SimBrief. You can see the departure and arrival airport. We are Kuwait Airways flight 2574 with about 440 passengers. Cost index is 6935. Flight level 350 today for our flight. If we go to the next page here, we can see also the zero fuel and zero fuel center of gravity, as well as the block fuel for the flight today. Next, we can go to the flight plan, and we're going to select Kuwait International, and we're going to be selecting 33 left for the departure. Let me put this here so you guys can follow along. So 33 left is selected, and it's the Alpha for Foxtrot, which is this one here. And we're going to say insert, and now we have the SID and the departure runway. We're going to select Shiraz International. We're going to select the arrival. We're going to select the ILS 29, looks like 29 right, we have, which is a VOR. Let's see here. VOR. Yeah, so we'll select the VOR here, which is 29er right, 29er right, or VR to our left. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and select the ILS runway 29er, and we're going to select the Ivert 1 Tango. Novia, and insert. All right, perfect. And we'll check our flight plan, make sure there are no discontinuities. And that looks okay to me. Perfect. And next we can come to the performance page. First, let's go to progress. And in case of a diversion and we have to come back to the airport, back to Kuwait International, we are going to enter runway 33. We selected left, so we'll select right. Now it's showing a different tailwind. So we'll select 33 right. Okay, we are going to enter that here. That gives us the distance and bearing to the runway. Hey, Alex, welcome aboard. Jeff Smith, welcome aboard, my friend. Washi Extreme, welcome aboard, guys. Glad to have you all here. All right, so we have everything set up here. Now we can go to the performance. Before we do the performance, let me very quickly start the APU here. APU master switch is on. We'll wait for the flap to open, and the flap is now open. We can start the APU. There we go. APU is now starting, and now we can continue with the MCDU setup. All right, perfect. We're going to come down here again. We're going to go to performance, and we can again download our performance. I love the SimBrief integration. So we're going to come here and request the takeoff data from SimBrief, and we'll just wait for the takeoff data to be loaded. And there we go. Takeoff data is received. Flex takeoff, insert, and we have everything set up here. V1 158, VRotate 158, V2 162. Transition altitude in Kuwait is 13,000 feet. We have flaps 1 today and a trim of 3.1. Flex temperature is 71. Perfect. We have our flight plan here ready, and we're going to come here, switch this to plan, just to take a quick look at our plan. Let's bring this out here, and there we go. All right, so we can just cycle through to make sure everything looks legible, and that is the arrival into Shiraz. A very interesting terrain over in Shiraz. The airport is surrounded by mountains, and that creates some very violent wind drafts as you come into to land, and it makes the approach and the landing a very challenging one. So let's see how well I can do today during our flight. All right, perfect. So we are done here, and we can switch this back to ARC, and we'll put this away. And next we can look here. The APU is available, so we are going to go ahead and start the APU bleed. APU bleed is on. We can remove the external power. We're going to come down here and instruct the ground control to remove the external powers. And we are through here. Excellent. We're going to start the clock here, and we'll wait for the alignment. In the meantime, we can take a look at the weather, which is showing zeros for everything. Maybe now we'll get something else. Let's see here. Yeah, weather is calm, and the altimeter is 3004. Now 3004. Okay, that's easier. So 1017. All right, 1017 is set, and we can also set our altitude to 35,000 feet. Now I have something interesting to share with you guys. Yesterday, I got a notification via email that a FedEx package has been picked up and will be delivered around November the 25th. And just by, I didn't really know. Initially, when I got the message, when I got the SMS message on my phone, I felt that, was this kind of a scam or something? But then I went to the FedEx site, I put in the tracking number, and it turns out that it is the Mini FCU unit by Mini Cockpits. It's making its way to me, and I am really highly anticipating this unit, and really looking forward to doing a video on it for you guys. It is a project that I have supported from day one, and I really can't wait for the unit to arrive so I can play with it and showcase it here for you guys. So that is coming very soon on the channel. All right, so sorry, I believe everyone missed that as it scrolled a bit. Oh, all right, so we are going to set the range to 10 nautical miles, and we are ready to go, ladies and gents. We have full IRS alignment. We're going to go ahead and turn on the beacon lights on, and we can now take a look out here. And you'll see that all the aircraft doors are now closed, and we are ready for pushback. Excellent. Okay, we can bring up better pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
All right, we'll just set the aircraft right there. Very bad scenery today. There is a much better scenery of Kuwait International. Unfortunately, it does not have the right ICO code. So when you download the SimBrief plan, it tells you that the airport was not found. It's not available in the database, so it doesn't really work. I can't wait for the unboxing. Coming very soon, my friend. We have with us also Coulter T. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Oh, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate your kind words there. Very kind of you. Thank you. So, we are just waiting for the pushback truck to push us out of our position. Hey, Comrade Link. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here. There's one GPU connected.
All doors and hatches are closed.
It will be
Ready to
disconnected. So if you go here now and you look, it's actually disconnected now. So that is part of the, once the pushback truck is there, you see now, it's not there anymore. So it's all automated with the Toliss, which is pretty cool. You see the chocks have been automatically removed as well. Look at this aircraft. It looks just absolutely sensational. Very, very nice aircraft. All right. Let's bring up the FD and ND.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Upper ECAM, lower ECAM. I think that way you guys can see things a little better. All right, so parking brake is released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
And we have clearance to start our engines. We're going to select the engine mode selector to ignition start. And we're going to begin with engine number 4. There we go. Engine number 4 is now starting. Mighty looking aircraft. Hello there, Tenzin Walker. Welcome aboard. And we have Renan de Oliveira. Welcome aboard. Well, we have from Brazil. Welcome. Oh, ladies and gents, Alex has done it again, and he's just gifted 10 Q8 pilot memberships. Thank you very much, Alex. Very, very kind of you, sir. And please, guys, do thank Alex if you have received a free membership from Alex. That's very, very kind of you, sir. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you, Alex. Very, very kind of you, sir. All right, we have a good start on engine number 4. We're going to start with engine number 3 next. And we'll finish up with engines number 1 and 2. Look at this cockpit. Nice work by the guys at Toliss. And the thing is about Toliss, they keep improving. They keep listening to the community. And that is something I really admire in those devs. I'm buying my way into more Boeing content. That's funny, Alex. Yeah, soon. I promise you, you will be seeing a lot of Boeing in the coming days, and I'll brief you guys on a few things here as we depart out of Kuwait.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
All right, parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
All right, let's go to engine number 1. Someone wants some tea. Yeah. If ain't Boeing, I ain't going. Zebu RC 5.8 is pretty cool. Is that the one with the SimBrief integration? I'm not sure. I've downloaded the most recent one, but it doesn't seem to have the SimBrief integration in it yet. So I suppose it will be in the next one. Can I see the hydraulic page real quick? Hydraulic page, yeah. So if we click here, this is the hydraulic page. They've modeled this properly here.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
All right. Thank you for your service. Appreciate it. All right. Engine number 1 is available and engine number 2. All right. We can come here and set the auto brake to rejected takeoff is armed. We'll go ahead and set the speed arm of the speed brake and select flaps 1. 3.1 today for the trim. We'll wait and see. Maybe it will do it on its own. All right, let's see here. Engine number 2 is now coming up. Look at those flaps. Just really very nice aircraft, really. The Toliss A340. Very majestic in you know, the looks of it. It looks very, very big. I like 4-engine aircraft, generally speaking. Hey, Jafar, welcome aboard, my friend. Max Racing, welcome aboard. So it does have a PTU, for sure. Absolutely. Carrie, welcome to the Kuwait Pilot channel. Thank you for your subscription, my friend. Welcome aboard. All right, we have all engines started and running exactly as they should. Now you can see the hydraulic are all, the yellow, blue, and green are all functional. And we can go back to the takeoff here. So we're going to inform cabin crew first here. All right, let's go ahead and kill the, we'll put the engine start switch back to normal. APU bleed is off. APU master is off. And we verify everything here is good. Nose light to taxi. Everything here is set. And let's see, takeoff config. What does it take? Seatbelt signs. All right, now we're good here. And everything is ready for departure. We are going to release the parking brake. And cabin is ready. We're going to go ahead and turn on the weather prediction system right here and right there. Excellent. And we'll put the terrain on the first officer's side and off we go. As much as I like to record in 4K, a lot of you guys have complained that things are too small and that they can't see it. So I've reverted back to my 2K monitor for both recording and streaming. Interestingly enough, when I switched to the 2K monitor, I've actually gained substantial FPS, almost like 15 FPS. in X-Plane and in Microsoft Flight Sim. So the 4K monitor, without a doubt, more pixels mean more horsepower required, and that puts the FPS at a disadvantage. All right. So there is a taxiway here, but again, this scenery is pretty messed up. So what we're going to do is we're going to cross over the runway over to the taxiway for runway 33 right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn here and then turn again, cross the runway to the taxiway. There we go. Just look at how beautiful this aircraft is. Lovely. All right. We're going to take this taxiway and go all the way to the end for the runway. And you can't hear the sounds. That's because... right, here we go. Yeah, probably the exterior sounds are not that audible. Let me see if I can correct this. There is one issue with this... with the Toliss in this version of X-Plane, which is the beta. It doesn't seem to save the settings. It tells you that some file is read-only or something like that. Ah, we do have everything here pretty... Alright, let's put engine volume right there. We'll put everything on high. Let me know if you guys want me. If it's too loud, then, you know, I'll change it back. All right, Dougal McTavish, welcome aboard, my friend. I was talking to an old friend yesterday who said it was you that inspired him to get PPL nearly 10 years ago. Now he's a commercial pilot flying for a living. Oh, wow. You know, Dougal, you know, comments like that inspire me to go on. Just knowing that I'm an inspiration to others. And there have been a few with similar stories. I remember there was a lady. She was very young. This was some time ago, and she actually just sent me like an email and said, "Hey Kuwait, I know you probably get tons of emails, but I really want active sky." And you know, she was pretty young. She was maybe 15 or 16 at the time. And, you know, I like to help youngsters. I like to help people out. So I said, okay. And I went and purchased Active Sky for her. And a few years later, I think it was 5 or 6 years later, I can't believe I've been doing this for 10 years now. But a few years later, she sent me a very long and very cordial email telling me, Kuwait, I just wanted to let you know that after you got me Active Sky, I became extremely interested in aviation. You've inspired me to become a real-world pilot, and I'm very happy to tell you that I am now a first officer for one of the famous airlines, I'm not going to say which airline, in the US, and to me that was very inspiring, knowing that I have made such a huge change in someone's life and, you know, kind of help guide their lives in a way or another. That is, to me, is good enough reason for me to continue doing this. Thank you very much, Dougal, for sharing that. I truly appreciate it, sir. Thank you. Skyflyer, welcome aboard. Chris, welcome aboard. Grant, welcome aboard. Good evening to you, my friend. Glad to have you here with us this evening. All right, we're looking good. Look at those wings, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. The wing flex is very, very nice as well. Here, let's do that. Look at those. Very, very nice. All right, here we go. We're ready for a departure, ladies and gents. And we are going to cabin crew. Seat for takeoff, please. Strobes to on. Nose light to takeoff. Landing lights are on. Runway turnoff lights are on. And we're going to come down here and we're going to select the TARA for the departure. Let's go ahead and start the clock and make our turn. Excellent. 33 left. You know, there is always a special feeling when you fly out of your home airport. All right, here we go. Runway 33 left. Kuwait 2574 is cleared for takeoff. All right, let's line up. Foggy day here in Kuwait. Gotta love those engine sounds. Manflex 71 SRS and runway. knots, check. 100 knots, ease off the pressure on the stick. 158 is our rotation speed. V1, rotate. Positive rate of climb, gears going up. Flyby. Good. Thrust climb is set. Autopilot 1 engaged. And we're going to continue now the climb to 35,000 feet. Last time I was in Kuwait, it was 49 Celsius. It is actually pretty cool now. No external sound. Huh. Right, speed check, flaps up. Again, alright, let me try to see why. This is probably why. And we're just going to get this message, which is okay. Now we should be able to hear the sound. There you go. Right, 4,000. Oh, thrust set simulations. Goodness gracious. $99.99 in Super Chat. Oh, I'm very grateful for you, sir. Thank you very much for your support. I appreciate it. That's very, very kind. Oh, I don't know what to say. Thank you very much, sir. That's very kind of you. Very, very generous. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate your support. All right, we're going to switch the range here to 40.
long time now. About time I made a contribution.
Well, thank you very
for all
much,
that you
sir, for your contribution. I appreciate it. We're going to put the engine volume down a little bit. There we go. And maybe the cockpit sounds as well. Environment as well. We'll just bring those down so you guys can hear me. All right. We are now at 8,000 for 35,000 feet, and everything is looking pretty good. All right, 900,000. We are going to disarm the speed brake, and we're going to turn off the landing lights, take nose lights to off, runway turn off lights to off, and seatbelt signs to auto. We are going to also come to the MCDU here. Let me brighten up the MCDU so you guys can see what I'm doing. First, we're going to go to the progress page, and we're going to change this to, I think we've selected a 29er left, so we are going to change this to Oscar India Sierra 29er left. And we're going to update that. Perfect. 237 nautical miles for Shiraz. And we're also going to go to the init page. We're going to change the cost index to 0. Let's make sure the constraints are there. And that is only done to save on fuel. And back to the flight plan page. Tell you guys, X-Plane 1208 is excellent, is really excellent. Guys are welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here with us. Does the weather radar record? Yes, it does work in the Toliss. It works perfectly, and hopefully we can get some nasty weather over at Shiraz, so you guys can see it in the on the display here. All right, 13. We're above 13,000 feet. Barrow to standard. There we go. Excellent. And we continue now our climb to 35,000 feet. So the guys over at Flight Sim Studios have reached out to me, and they said, thank you very much for purchasing our previous Tecnam P2006. We have a new Tecnam P2012 Traveler, which we'd like to give you to showcase on the channel. If you've liked our previous aircraft, you're definitely going to like this one. And I've done the initial assessment of the aircraft today, and let me tell you, the developers are really stepping things up in terms of the features, in terms of the fidelity. Now, this one is a very special aircraft by Flight Sim Studios. They have a behind-the-scenes video showing how they actually recorded the sounds from the real aircraft. They have a real Tecnam 2012 as a reference aircraft, so they actually had access to a real-world pilot, and he's helped them record all the sounds from the real aircraft. The visuals are absolutely stunning, and we are going to be doing this on Monday, so stay tuned for that. I will be doing one in a little bit more preparation. The aircraft has some really nice features, and that I'd like to show you. We are also going to be taking a look at Orbex EU, Great Britain South, with over 700 points of interest all over the southern part of the UK. The scenery has been released, but you'll get a chance to see it here on the channel in the days to come. Another thing that I'd like to show you guys is a recently released helicopter by Taug's hangar, which is the Llama. And I've done a couple of flights in this helicopter, and the flight model has some work to be done, and they actually mentioned this specifically in their manual. But the helicopter itself actually flies very nice. It's got beautiful sounds, beautiful visuals, I really enjoyed, you know, a couple of flights earlier today. So all of that is coming up on the channel very, very soon. That is going to be... Oh, I fly a real P2006T. Oh, we are quite, you know, lucky to have you here with us, and maybe you can join during the P2012 Traveler stream. It's going to be for Microsoft Flight Sim, and yeah, I'll be very interested to hear, you know, what you have to say about the aircraft. There's a video I'd like to show you guys, which is available through Flight Sim Studios. The aircraft hasn't released yet, so I'd like to show you that video. I've requested their permission to show it on stream. Hopefully I can get it in time to show it to you guys. Does X-Radar work on this plane? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. We'll see if we get some, you know, weather as in our way to Shiraz. Right now, everything's looking good. Let me see here if I can put this on 80. Here's the top of climb. The P-200 is quite a unique aircraft. It is. And the guys over at Flight Sim Studios have done a really good job modeling the aircraft, and it is really jam-packed with features. So I really can't wait to show you guys what the aircraft can do. And it's going to be fun. It's definitely going to be fun. I watched an earlier snippets of the stream by XP72 of the ADDONS A320neo for Microsoft Flight Sim. Now, they do have an interesting EFB that accompanies the aircraft. By the way, you can get it if you download SU14 beta for Microsoft Flight Sim. You'll be able to look at the ADDONS A320neo. But in all honesty, when I looked at it, it just doesn't really offer anything new. We do have an A320 for Microsoft Flight Sim, and it's, in my view, why compete with a freeware add-on that has been in development for so long? And it kills, you know, the developer's effort. So I don't know. I mean, that's my take. I'd like to support those in the community that do freeware. Unfortunately, I don't use MSFS, but X-Plane one is quite complete. Yeah, X-Plane is brilliant. And 1208, in terms of the flight model changes, I don't know if you guys watched the video by Austin Myers, the founder of Laminar Research, on what's new in 1208. Absolutely amazing stuff. Right, we're almost at our cruise altitude, and things are not even remotely interesting as we fly over the Persian Gulf. Few scattered clouds in the vicinity. Look at that. Brilliant. Anyone else still using FSX? I'll be surprised. I'm just curious. My PC is just too bad to run anything else. How's your performance in 1208? Actually, Chris, the performance in 1208 is the best performance for X-Plane ever since the release of X-Plane 12. The FPS is great. It's very smooth, and I absolutely love it. I just absolutely love it. I might actually do a video to showcase X-Plane. I'm thinking about doing something. Yeah, really, it's really good on performance. So we said it at the same time, Carl, haven't we? Memories, yeah. FSX was a disaster to install and tweak and, you know, do affinity masks and, you know, do this with the CPU, do that with the config, and that reminds me of, you know, a dear fellow content creator who has left us, Matt Davis. He was instrumental in bringing flight simulation to many of us, and he will be always fondly remembered, and he will never be forgotten. And in Flight Sim Expo 2024, I'm thinking of actually having a picture of him and putting it in the Kuwait pilot booth corner or content creators corner in memory of, in loving memory of Matt Davis, who will always remain an icon in the flight simulation world. He's introduced flight simulation to many of us, and his contributions are unmatched. He's still got the best channel intro to date. I still haven't seen any channel intro that is better than Matt Davis's channel intro, to be honest. Hello there, Mr. Compavos. Mr. Compavos. Yeah, Matt Davis passed away, Captain USA. May his soul rest in peace. Okay, we are not too far from the... we are 61 nautical miles from top of descent, so we need to set things up for our arrival. So we're going to bring up the Mach-2. We're going to go to performance. We're going to go to the approach. Oops. Performance. And there we go. Approach. Perfect. And when we got Navigraph charts again, we're going to go to the flight. We're going to go over to Shiraz and select the weather. The QNH is 1022, and the current temperature is 10 Celsius. Ooh, quite cold. The wind is calm, so for calm we can put 0 and 0. By the way, it says wind calm, but actually when you get there, the wind is nothing but calm. All right, and transition altitude is 5,000 feet. We need the DA decision height, so we're going to go to 25. Let's see here, 25 left, approach, 25 left, and let's take a look here. 304, and voila, we are done. Flight plan. All right, and we also can add the fix. So let's go to the fix information. It's Oscar India Sierra, and it's runway 29er left. We're gonna add the 29er 0 radial and 10 nautical miles, and that is going, oops, that's not exactly what I wanted to do. So let me just, there, all right. So we want 10 here. All right, there we go. And let's see if we can clear this one. We can, perfect. All right, back to the flight plan. That's the top of descent. And what this does, if we go to the flight plan here, and we cycle through, you'll see that we have the 10 nautical mile ring here around the airport, around the runway. And again, this is for situational awareness only, so it doesn't affect your flight plan in any way. All right, here's top of descent coming up here on the display. And we are going to be performing an ILS approach runway 29er. Sir, I must have missed Matt's passing somehow. Really? Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, Matt Davis has passed away. It was a very sad day, I think, for the flight sim community. And we've actually had in one of my streams, we had a moment of silence for his passing. Matt deserves all the respect, even after his departure. He's someone I've learned so much from, and I considered him really a friend. I know that many in the community weren't very nice to him, but he was an inspiration to many, without a doubt. How to get SU-14 beta? I think if you go to the Microsoft Flight Simulator site, they have instructions on how to get the beta. It's open for everyone, so you can get it. Very solid guy. Some people were crappy to him, but he was very patient with folks, especially new people in flight sim. Absolutely, absolutely. As a matter of fact, Matt is the person who has helped Squirrel get into flight sim. He actually taught him how to fly many of the planes, and he got him introduced to flight simulation. And this is, by the way, from Squirrel himself. He told me that when I met him back in the UK, that, Matt was very, very helpful when others were, making fun of him, and, Squirrel at the time was just starting. He's getting pretty close to 1 million subs now. I like Squirrel. He's a very fine guy. He's a gentleman, I'll tell you guys. And we kind of went through the same paths in life. He's an IT guy, I'm an IT guy. And we've done similar things in life. Obviously, he's doing content creation now for a living. I don't. But, yeah. Yeah, Matt was... he was definitely a very controversial in some of the things he said, but he was very vocal. He was, he had a really good sense of humor. I really liked his sense of humor. I'm curious on your thoughts. What do you think about the Airbus DA40 engine? Excellent. It's an excellent aircraft, Ryan. Kuwait, do you like the Toliss A321? I'm getting it next week. Hopefully there is a discount next week for Toliss and PMGG. Yes, the Toliss A321 is an excellent aircraft. And so is, by the way, the Toliss A320neo, which is the latest from Toliss. All right, here's the top of descent. As you can see here, we are approaching Iranian airspace. We are definitely in Iranian waters right now, and very close to Shiraz International, where things are, it looks like the weather is pleasant as we arrive into Shiraz. Yes, Airbus is normally top-notch. They create excellent add-ons. They take their time. You can't really fault their quality. All right. We are going to turn on the landing system, LS. And everything else is ready for the descent. There we go. We're right here. So we are going to do a nav descent. There we go. Oh, we need to go to, I think it's 7,600. 7,600. There we go. No, we don't want an open descent. We want a nav descent. There we go. Let's just double check on the 7,400. So very high elevation over at Shiraz, and you'll be able to see the mountains. The weather isn't that cloudy today, so you'll be able to definitely see the the mountainous terrain over in Shiraz, which creates for a very interesting and challenging approach into the airport. I still, folks, I still get some really very weird comments. I'd like to share with you guys a couple. One is a guy went to one of my videos and he said he started like this. Thank you very much for this video. I learned from it. As a real world pilot or English pilot, I prefer, check this out. Here's the interesting part. I prefer non-fake Americans. And I couldn't really understand what he meant by that. Well, I know what he meant by that. But then I said, well, welcome to the channel and thank you for the comment. I hope that you've learned something. I'm happy that the channel helped. And as for the last part of your comment, I have no comment. Very, very strange. Yeah. Another interesting comment was this guy just goes, I guess he's mad at the world, and he just goes to one of the videos and he goes to several of my videos and he starts, you talk about going to study in America. Then, you know, this other guy goes to several of my videos and he just goes and he writes donkey, 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 donkey. You know, I really couldn't help but to really laugh, and it's just like, why? So, yeah, there's some strange comments. Another, you know, see, guys, one of the things I do not appreciate at all is someone going and, you know, saying that an add-on is trash or rubbish, or that is not okay in my book. And if anyone writes anything like that, it will be immediately removed, because I have a lot of respect for the developers and for the development community for flight simulation. And I do not approve of talking down on them. However, if you have an opinion, I am more than happy to, you know, to allow you to express the way you like. In fact, even if you have constructive criticism on me, I will, you know, more than happy to take it. But, you know, be constructive in your criticism. Say, I do not like this add-on, and that's perfectly okay. Being objective and saying, because, for example, the sounds are lousy, or because maybe, you know, the modeling is not correct, or it's lacking in this department or that department, that's perfectly okay. But for you to just go say this add-on is trash is not acceptable by Kuwait Pilot. It is just not acceptable. I do not appreciate that. And any comments that suggest, you know, just talking down upon a developer or an add-on for no good reason will be definitely removed. All right, let's take a look here. You can see the mountains here, and you can see it's a foggy day here in Shiraz as well. And you know, for, you know, let's switch to the outside real quick. Here, actually, see, when you look at a scene like this, look at how beautiful this is. The weather, the look and feel of X-Plane, though this is not photorealistic, is really not bad. If you are looking for, you know, a flight model and getting fulfillment and enjoyment out of flying, I think X-Plane is just really an excellent platform. And it doesn't look bad at all, especially with 1208. Look at that. I mean, the fog here in the distance and how it covers the mountain tips. And welcome to Shiraz. Yeah. So the government officials are on their way now. All right, here we go. We are at 25,000. We're looking good. Thank you very much, Alex. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the support, guys. Yeah, definitely some interesting comments. There are, of course, always the comments that are racist in nature, which I just ignore. And I just in this time, and It used to put me down. I'll tell you guys, it used to put me down, and I used to get really, really upset. And, you know, I remember, you know, Dougal, you know, Rand, many of you guys have told me, just look at all the positive that you get. Don't let those negative comments affect you. And Stan has told me the same thing when we met over at FS Expo. He said, just look at how many people have stopped by the booth just to say hello and show, you know, they were very, very kind. Very, very kind. I was overwhelmed, you know, very humbled by the kind words I heard from people. So, but, you know, humans are humans. And sometimes, you know, you look at the whiteboard and you go and look and said, oh, look, there's a black dot right in the middle. The whole whiteboard is beautiful, but there's that little, you know, black dot. And it took me a while, folks, to see when you are doing flight simulation for 10 years, you develop thick skin. We call, by the way, we have the same saying back home here in Kuwait. We say you've grown alligator skin, you know, signifying the thickness of it. So you do develop very thick skin over the years, and you know, some of the things that used to affect you no longer affect you. And I always love to hear constructive criticism, and there are people who are very genuine and who's come, you know, to me and you know, put either a comment and says, hey, look, Q8, great stream or great video. I like this, I like that. However, here are a few tips for you. If you're really interested in flying this aircraft, you know, according to real world procedures, here are a few tips. Those are the comments I love because I learned from you guys. It's a two-way thing. I don't just, you know, give to the community, but I've taken a lot from the community in terms of knowledge, in terms of, you know, friendships, everything. So I'm very grateful for being in this community, and I will continue to support the community, continue to support you guys for, I think, as long as I am able. Best ATC add-on I have ever seen. All right, you can see now that we are very close. You can see the terrain radar here, which is beautifully implemented. I think it uses terrain radar, the plugin. Unfortunately, we don't have any bad weather today to showcase the weather radar, but may perhaps in another flight. But you can see all the mountains there, and we can see the restrictions as well. And here is a beautiful sight of the Toliss A340 passing by over Iran. And ladies and gentlemen, Allah just came in with a 6. I don't know what the currency is. Super chat. Thank you very much. You gotta love that. Thank you for the support, my friend. I appreciate it, Allah. Very, very kind of you, sir. Look at that sight of the beautiful engines overlooking the mountainous terrain in Shiraz. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. It's shekels. Shekels? Is it shekels? Shekels or shekels? Thank you very much, Allah. I really appreciate it, my friend. That's very kind of you, sir. Flight Sim Expo coming up in Las Vegas, June. Tropicana Hotel reservations are open now. Thank you, Stan, for the update. Appreciate it. Israeli shekel. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Shekel. 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 Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Where is Shiraz? Shiraz is in Iran. Look at that wing view, guys. Oh, you gotta love that. Look at this view. Now tell me this is not immersive. Yeah, I mean, it's not photoreal, but it looks great. Yeah. Look at those wings. Look at the beautiful reflection there. Iran is quite a lovely country. It is, yeah. I haven't been to Iran. My mom and dad decided to kind of renew their vows and do a new honeymoon and went to Iran not too long ago, maybe a few years ago. And they spoke very highly of it. You know, the food is great, the people, they have a lot of historical places to visit. And the overall weather and the nature in Iran is very beautiful, is what I heard. How much cost is the Toliss A340? I believe it is $89. And I'll tell you that it's worth every penny, without a doubt. Hope to support it together until 100 years old. Thank you, Allah. I appreciate it, my friend. Very, very kind of you. I appreciate your support very much, sir. Thank you. Very, very kind of you. Oh, look at this scene, guys. Look at the weather scattering. You can see it here. And yeah, although this is not photoreal, but the plausible representation of the terrain in the region definitely makes up for a very nice scene. Right, we're going to do 20. And we're going to begin the turn shortly towards the airport, which is Kuwait International Airport. Here's our turn. Cuba is another good option. I haven't been there, and I don't have any relatives that have been there, but the world is a beautiful place, my friends, and every country that you visit, you'll learn something new. Boeing Corp Mike just coming in with $5 super chat. Thank you for your great stream. Enjoy a cup of coffee on me. Thank you very much, Boeing Corp Mike. Appreciate it. We'll definitely do. Heard X-Plane has good flight modeling. Absolutely. The best flight modeling is in X-Plane. Look at this view. Now that looks pretty good, I have to say. Well, it looks like the weather conditions are pretty good here in Shiraz. And incidentally, when I tried this test flight earlier, the weather was absolutely terrible. And it's actually the screenshot that I've made for the thumbnail of the stream was during that flight. So I had to increase the brightness a little bit in order to show the aircraft. Thank you very much again, Allah, Boeing Corp Mike, and Thrust Set Simulations. Thank you very, very much, guys, for your support. And of course, I cannot forget you, Alex, for the gifted memberships. Very, very, very kind of you guys. Thank you very much, and thank you all for being with me this evening. Cold Bear, good evening to you. Hello there, Merrick. Welcome aboard. Are you using Active Sky? Yes, sir. We are using Active Sky. Colleen Delman just subscribed to the Kuwait Pilot channel. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here. All right, we're approaching 10,000 feet folks, we are going to turn on landing lights, runway turn off lights, and the nose lights to takeoff. We are going to turn the seatbelt signs on, and we are going to come down here, and we're going to set the auto brake to 3. Actually, 2 is fine. And we're going to arm the speed brake. Speed brake is armed.
Thanks for your great stream. Enjoy a cup of coffee on me.
Again, thank you very much, Boeing Corp Mike. I appreciate it, my friend. Right, we are at 10,000. You can see the aircraft is decelerating now. We are in the 10 nautical mile ring right now. In fact, this is the airport right there. This is Shiraz International. Look at that. Sun color, everything just looks gorgeous. Look at those strobe lights, the beacon light. You know, guys, I know the lighting in Microsoft Flight Sim looks very nice, but for some reason, the beacon lights and the strobes are much better in X-Plane, in my view. They look a lot more realistic. Lovely. Maybe I'll do a giveaway of Active Sky. I know a lot of you guys like Active Sky, so maybe we'll do a giveaway of Active Sky in the days to come. All right, we are looking at 7,400, so we've got about 1,200 feet to go. We're looking good. This is the center fix for 29er left, and then the final fix. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to go to the center fix and then make the turn. So we're looking good here. All right, cabin crew, seats for landing, please. All right, and speed check, flaps 1. Right, we're going to change the range here to 10 nautical miles. Again, very interesting how there is a, like a sort of a lake here just right before Shiraz. I'm not sure, by the way, if this is true to life, but very interesting. And how the surrounding, as you can see here, if we look on the outside here, you can see how the entire area is surrounded by mountains. This creates for wind drafts and makes the landing quite challenging. Though today, looks like the weather is quite calm. So, yeah, we're just going to continue here. And this is the center fix. We're looking good. I'm going to go ahead and engage the approach. All right, and speed check. Flaps 2. We are descending at about 700 feet per minute. All right, final check here. Landing lights are on. Seatbelt signs are on. The speed brakes, auto brake is set to 2. The speed brake is armed. Flaps 3. And here is the turn. Localizer captured. Glide slope captured. The aircraft is decelerating. And once we are flying straight, when we're flying straight level, we are going to lower the landing gear. Right, speed check. Flaps. Oof, look at that mountain ahead of us. And we're going to go flaps full. And we can go ahead and lower the landing gear. That's fine. Just give it, just wait for the aircraft to fly level again. Landing rate prediction minus 420. Oof. Wow, you don't have much faith in me, do you? All right. All right, and we're lining up now. Right, good time to lower the landing gear. Landing gear is coming down. Look at that wing view. Alrighty. We are on the glide slope, and we're going to capture. We'll be on the localizer soon. Localizer captured. We're off the glide slope for some reason. Let's take a look. We should be descending. Right, we'll descend that way, and we'll... How far are we from the airport?
$2,500.
Looks like it's going to be a go-around, guys. Where is it? Oh, that's the airport. No, I think we should be fine.
2,000.
We should be all right. At 1,000 feet, we will disconnect the autopilot. We're a bit high, but we should be able to correct this. I'm not sure why the glide slope did not do its thing. There we go. Glide slope is now correcting itself.
1,000.
1,000 feet. And autopilot disengaged my aircraft.
$500. 400. 100 above. 300. Minimum. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 10. 5.
And reverse screen. Welcome to Shiraz International Airport. 80 knots. Manual braking. Beautiful. Bit of a bounce, I think. All right. Let's go ahead and do... Now, the replay has worked for me. Understand. But what I've done is I've done this a bit slow, and then we go faster. It appears that when you do this, it allows the sim to load a little bit. So hopefully we'll be able to do this successfully. And let's see now if we can go faster. So when I do this, it works. Yeah.
20, 50.
All right. Here, I'll give it right about there for the first one. And here we can interrogate how well this landing was. Look at this aircraft, guys. It looks absolutely gorgeous. That was a firm landing, without a doubt. Nonetheless, a lovely one. Let's do it again. All right, there we go. And here is a tower view. Oh, look at that, guys. That looks sensational. You have got to love X-Plane. Not a bad landing overall. It was all right. And one more time. And this time we'll do a wing view. Nice wing flex. All right, we can come and remove the... All right, that issue is due to... All right, I'll go to the next one. All right. We couldn't quite make it there. It's a very difficult aircraft to steer on the ground. It's huge. All right, let's retract the flaps. All right, we don't want to miss this one. We are going to miss this one, unfortunately. I got carried away there. So we'll wait for the next taxiway and exit there. I think we have one coming right here. There we go. There we go. I love the strobe lights on the Toliss. All right, we can start the APU. APU master is on. Strobe back to auto. Landing lights off. Nose light to taxi. Runway turnoff lights are off. Start the APU. And we are good. I hope you guys enjoyed this flight to Shiraz. It was definitely interesting and always a pleasure to fly the Toliss from runway to runway. Let me stop the clock here. 51 minutes 34 seconds since takeoff. By the way, I think the barrow had to do with the landing. The barrow wasn't set. So that was probably the reason why we had issues with the aircraft descending. Well, this is of course a default airport in X-Plane, so we're just going to bring the aircraft to a stop here. That's of course not the main terminal. Alright, and parking brake is set. APU is available. APU bleed is on. And we can now shut down the engines. We'll begin with engine number 1, 2, 4, and 3. We'll leave the beacon light off. Nav lights. Nose light is off. Strobes are off. And we are at Shiraz International Airport, ladies and gents. Well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this. Is any A340 flying with any operator? I don't know, Roy. I have no clue. And also XB12 improvements that have been made. Yeah, well, I hope you guys, that's all standard scenery, yes. There are libraries installed, but this is default scenery, so it's not using any library. This is stock X-Plane 12. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this flight as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you. It's been a lot of fun flying the Toliss aircraft. Without a doubt. And join me again, guys. Stay tuned for our Monday stream. We're going to be doing a first look preview at the Flight Sim Studios Tacnam P2012 Traveler for Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are going to come back to X-Plane in the days to come again and fly the OKKK 737 and a general aviation aircraft that I'm going to keep from you guys now, but I'm sure that you'll enjoy it once I announce it on the channel. I want to thank you all today for being here this evening, for keeping my company, and for all the support that you have shown, for all the super chats, the gifted memberships, and really for keeping me entertained just as much as I kept you, I hope, entertained. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Stay safe, and good night.